Hello, good afternoon and welcome to Business. Economist and financial analyst Dr. Lord Mensah says a cap on the number of banks operating in the country is not a good approach to reforms in the sector. His comments come on the back of some suggestions at the recently held third edition of the Joy Business Financial Services Forum, which brought together players in Ghana's financial services to deliberate on the way forward for the financial system. Dr. Mensah believes the market forces should rather determine banks' existence. He was sharing his thoughts on the business edition of PM Express on Joy News.
It should be purely market, i.e., the market should determine whether we need more banks or not. Now, as we speak now, we've had, mobile money penetration. Mobile money is getting to the remote. Now, remember, the number of hours these mobile money operators can keep the funds that are coming to them is quite limited. They need to get into the financial system.
Yeah.
So we cannot afford to say we are coming to cap banks. We are still penetrating as far as banking is concerned, as far as how finance will get to the remote is concerned. So if you cap it and it turns up that all these 23 are operating within the triangular economic, structures of this country, Accra, Takoradi, and then what do we call it? Kumasi. Then it means you are limiting those who are outside this triangle. So effectively, we cannot cap it, but rather we should make sure that at the entry point, the requirement that is needed for you to enter is placed on the table before you can enter. So for me, it's not about capping it. We should allow the market to determine it, but then in the end, it's a matter of respecting the rules.
Now, the Ghana Investment Promotion Center, GIPC, has hinted it may consider a downward review of the minimum capital requirement for foreign investors. Chief Executive Yofi Grant says reducing the current minimum capital requirement for foreign investors will help to attract more investments into the country, which may eventually partner some local businesses to grow the Ghanaian market. He was speaking in an interview at the sidelines of GIPC's third Young Entrepreneurs Forum in Accra.
The minimum capital balance that we require a problem for bringing another category of investors in the country. So, for example, recognizing that our economy is about 85% dominated by small and medium-sized enterprises, is there a possibility that we can amend the laws so that they can also find partners in that space? Because, as I keep saying, for us the important thing is to grow the economy and create jobs. And the best way to create jobs is to get more investment, build more companies, get more people jobs, and then the government can get its taxes. The more businesses you have, the more employees you can have. The more people you employ, the more taxes you can get from them. So it's a matrix of factors, and the minimum capital requirement seems to have been a barrier. We meet people, foreign direct investors in the economy who tell us that, look, if you can remove these barriers, we have a lot more to invest. It may not be necessary that we invest the big companies, we invest the big capital, but in the small size, we can invest and partner with Ghanaians, such that we can create more small businesses, but significant ones.
And that's all in business for now.